I'm Gwen, Preston of Resource Maven. We're here in Toronto at the Metals Investor Forum ahead of the big old PDAC conference that we all head down for every year. And I'm joined by Scott Trebilcock of Core Mining. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, not Core.
Not Core.
Not Core.
Not any of the other ways that I've said it.
Right.
So we've introduced Core before. I mean, the Imperial Project, an advanced project in California, but a portfolio of other assets. I think right now what I'm focusing on with stocks is catalysts. So both negative and positive. Like, are there things to be worried about for a stock price trajectory, or are there things to be excited about? Mm-hmm. And in Core's case, as I'm sure you'll agree, you're in the second category there, which is that you're busy on 3 projects, and so that means that there's a lot of news flow coming. So let's start with Imperial. That's the biggest flagship project.
Yep,
let's talk about what's going on at Imperial, because there's actually 2 prongs to what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good setup. It's exploration and development are both currently happening in parallel. We know we had you down on site and you got to see what we're doing on the development side. The preliminary economic assessment that's being ground away in the background with the engineers should be coming out in April. So we're super excited about that. It'll give the market numbers to analyze the cash costs and the capital amounts, and the market's going to be very excited about that.
Yeah.
That's all we can say at this point. In parallel with that is, we did that big staking activity. So we've got this huge exploration package between Mesquite and that old Picacho mine that includes Imperial. And we've run geophysics over the intact deposit.
Right.
And we're out there doing lines. I think the last line finished when I was on site last week. So we should see news soon on what the targeting is looking like off the current deposit on those claims, which will give us some really nice drill targets. And then we plan to go out and do some small drill programs, a few thousand meters, test some of those targets, maybe test that really nice deep target under the main deposit, and that'll generate some nice exploration news to the company.
So that's pretty cool for Imperial. It's not just the nicely packaged, well-studied, engineered project that is, but there's potential for it to be more.
Yeah,
drills will tell us. But
exactly. Do you want to generate the blue sky with the targets and test some of them to prove real upside?
Absolutely. And then also in California, you have Long Valley, which is also, it's not as advanced in terms of, design of mine.
Correct.
But it's a defined asset, it's a defined deposit. But you guys have, looked anew at the geology and are pretty excited to start drilling there as well.
That's right. Yeah, it was drilled by an operator that was just looking for oxide. They would do step outs on holes, just go out 15 meters, go through oxide.
Stop.
Didn't care what they found in the sulfides. They'd find 4 grams, 6 grams per ton. In sulfides, they didn't care. They would just move the drills to only drilling oxide. So we've gone back in, spent a lot of time, geophysics and surface work, trying to define the upside in both the oxides.
Sure.
Because the project was abandoned and in the midst of drilling. So there's lots of step outs and other parallel structures to expand the oxides.
Yeah.
But I think the real exciting part is, where did all that oxide come from? Never drilled below 90 meters. Half the deposit all terminates in sulfides. Geophysics looks like it's lighting up these really nice feeder zones. So running some nice long core holes through that oxide into the sulfides is a program we want to get permitted and get a drill on ASAP, and we think we can get it in Q2.
I mean, that's a pretty cool story in itself. 90 meters is nothing, and terminating in mineralized sulfides is tantalizing.
Yeah, that's right. And you've got a large resource base in that top little veneer that all came from this, hydrothermal venting, and hopefully there's some nice grades at depth.
Yeah. So that's coming as well.
Yep.
They have to permit the drill program down there, but that's not an arduous process. But currently underway, you are drilling in British Columbia.
Yeah, that's right. The most near term, and to end things off, is talking about Fraser Gold Project. Yeah. Fraser Gold, again, was a project drilled for bulk disseminated gold in 2006 and 2007, and by several operators prior to that. And they drilled a low-grade resource, but it gives us lots of good information to look at a high-grade structures that's controlling that mineralization. Yeah. There's some nice high-grade intercepts in the middle of that. And again, deepest drilling in that deposit is only about 100 meters, taking the chip out of the rock group. And if we can show there's continuous grades in the high-grade components and push that to depth, you open up a huge rock mass for exploration on that whole syncline trend and in the rock mass itself. So anyways, we're super excited.
If that you can't tell.
Yeah, that drill's turning. So we plowed the road. It's low elevation. Even though it's BC, we can drill in the winter. Yeah. And we put drill pads right off the side of the road. So it's even going to be fairly inexpensive drilling. So we'll see how many meters we can get.
So drill results from FG, a PEA from Imperial, and then advancing, and then permitting to drill at Imperial and Long Valley.
Correct.
Getting the geophysics from Imperial. I mean, there's
We've done a lot of work in the field with the investment from Eric Sprott, and you're now seeing that bear fruit.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to trying to keep up with the news flow over the year as it comes. So thanks so much for coming and giving us the update.
Thank you much for having us.